Hey, Smitty, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm working on this Motovlog setup so I can get some good content for this video I'm trying to do.
You know how you can get better content?
No.
You could try a whole lot harder.
What?
Let's go ahead and roll that intro.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So, we're going to start on the Motovlog setup vid, and this is going to be a multi-day thing because, I'll show you why. So this is called Sugru, okay? Sugru.com. This is the stuff that will hold your bracket in place for your camera. Now, there's plenty of people who just use the 3M stick for their helmets, and it works just fine. But this bracket, this little tab right here that holds everything in, this one is held with Sugru, okay? It ain't coming off. It's like a putty and it's like a cement. So this will keep you from having any issues where your camera falls off. In the Texas heat, I've seen those 3M sticks, 3M strips, get to where they don't hold and the heat causes them to start to peel. Sugru, I'll tell you right now, I made a joke with my wife. I took a rubber mount and tried to knock this off, and I couldn't do it. Almost broke the helmet. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. We're gonna do it on the new helmet. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is take the Sugru, and we're gonna open it up. Now before we go any further, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna fit up where I want my camera to be on my helmet. As you'll see, I try to look and mark where I want it to be. So what I'm gonna do is, I want my camera to sit right around here, right? Now, I can make the adjustments as necessary for it, but I'm gonna figure out where I want this bracket to sit to have my camera where I want my camera, because my camera that way can tilt back and forth. Again, fit it up. What I did was, I figured out my bracket somewhere right around there under the end. That'll be nice and flat and flush. I'll be able to adjust the camera back and forth. I can't stress enough how important it is to measure, to make sure you know where you're gonna put the little bracket, because if you don't, you're gonna have to add extensions and do all these things to it. That's a pain in the ass, okay? Now, surface needs to be good and clean. I'm gonna pull the Sugru out of the pack. We're gonna mold it. Now, probably gonna want to use the entire piece of Sugru here. We're gonna take the Sugru, we're gonna stick it on the back of our bracket, okay? As you can see, I'm molding it to the back like putty and try to spread it out. And I'll be the first one to tell you, as you mold, is make sure you get it flat as best you can. And also for me, and I learned this last time, is that it's gonna come up in here, which is what I don't want, because I want to be able to have a good, dry, clean surface to click in and out of, right? So you gotta get it out of where the holes are. You gotta clear that out. So what I did was I grabbed a small flathead screwdriver. Make sure I got it out of all those surfaces in there. I have it molded where I like. This crap off my hands before we touch the helmet. Do not want to touch the helmet with a sticky Sugru all over my hands so that I get Sugru stuck on other parts of the helmet. I'm going to put it on the helmet where I want it. And I want it about right there. And I want to adhere it to the helmet. And I'm going to let it sit. Now, as you can see, I've got it pushed down right there. And now the Sugru is gonna set. So now that you've done this part, and I've got my bracket sitting where I want it with the Sugru on it, I'm gonna have to let it sit. So it's literally gonna have to sit. It says 12 to 24 hours, depending on how much you use. Last time I did 24 hours just to be safe. It's probably what I'll do this time. I'll think about 24 hours. And then we're gonna come back. We're gonna mount our microphone. We're gonna put our camera on there and make sure we have the right mounts for the camera. And I'm gonna show you how that setup goes. Hey, what's up, y'all? Hope you're really enjoying this video. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, click that little bell icon so you get notifications when I make these crazy vids. All right, so one thing I did forget to add, that we're gonna take it inside. If you live in a damp climate where it's humid, like it is in Houston, do not let it dry outside. It'll take way longer. The Sugru won't set. Just a little tip for you, make sure you take your helmet or whatever you're sticking the Sugru to inside to let it dry and cure. Hey, what's up, y'all? So as you saw, it's been a week. Actually, it's been 8 days since I started this video. Due to some technical difficulties of my own, and also due to the fact that we had an ice apocalypse here in Houston that we weren't prepared for. I'm gonna finish this and show you my motovlog setup, so let's jump to that. So here's the full transparency part. The full transparency part is gonna be where when I went to check this thing after 12 hours, I dropped my helmet. I knocked the tab off because it wasn't solid. It wasn't set. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, let the Sugru sit for 24 hours. Do not touch it for 24 hours. Put it in a dry place. Very important. Mask those tabs and let it sit. Okay. All right. So now that I've got the tab on, okay, and you can see the tab, it will not move. It will not pop off. That not coming off. Okay, so I'm going to put the attachments on my camera. I'll go through what I have on the camera. I'll go through the attachments, but what we're doing now is we're test fitting. Okay, everything fits. We're locked. We're going to make sure it's where I want it on the helmet. Slides in and out as it should. And now comes our microphone piece. So this very simple Purple Panda microphone kit. Now, it does have a lot of cord in it. We're going to work on that cord here momentarily, and we'll talk about that. But that Purple Panda will plug in the back of here. Before we put the microphone on, I want to look at our camera setup. I've got a GoPro, the Hero 8 Black. I've got the Media Mod. You take this, you'll pop it up. The camera actually comes out. This is the Media Mod. Here's your camera. This is the camera that you get base, okay? There's your, you see it here, there's your battery pack that'll pop out, and your SD card is right in there. And there's your battery pack, okay? So what the Media Mod does is you take your stock, you have a stock little door that covers this up. You'll take that stock door off. And on the Media Mod, this is your Media Mod right here. It's got a bigger external microphone, mode button or power button, and your start stop button right there. And you see it's got a connection in here that's going to connect here. If you look at the two, really simple to pop it together. Now your Media Mod's in, okay? So I have the Media Mod for this to make life easier. One of the reasons I did that, if you look here, this external port allows me to plug in my microphone cord, which this is one of those 2-pin microphone cords from Purple Panda. And it also allows me here to hook in an additional charging cable that I run, which I'll talk about later. I've got to set up the microphone in the helmet now, and then we'll put the attachments back on. We'll put it on the helmet and show it. So what we're going to do now is we've got to get the microphone secured into the helmet. So your microphone cord is pretty long. So one thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to attach the microphone inside the helmet, right? So that we can talk. I'm gonna attach all my extra microphone cord behind my earpiece here once I'm done. I'm gonna actually Velcro the microphone in here. It's gonna stick right in there. And how we do that is, I've got those industrial size pieces of Velcro. You know, you got your rigid side and you got your little, whatever you want to call it, the furry side. Well, that sounds perverted. I'm going to take these and cut them and put basically one on one side and one on the other. Feel like this around the microphone, your sticky side, okay? And your microphone will sit against it while the other side comes in like this. So we're going to cut a small piece of this. You'll take your scissors, you cut a piece, same thing on the other side. Peel the adhesive piece off, right? And I'm gonna stick it right in there. See, I've got it stuck down in there. Let me get that out of the way. See the adhesive piece sitting there. Of course, I'm gonna put my microphone against it. Take the other piece. Now, I don't have to take the adhesive piece off this, really, because this piece is just gonna sit against the microphone as such. As you can see, it's stuck in there, okay? All right, so I was befuddled because, as you can see, when I do my modular up, where I had my microphone earlier, I was rubbing my helmet with the modular when I opened it up. So I had to change that. Normally, if you have space, like I did on my previous helmet, you can stick your microphone in here, Velcro it, run the cable through your earpiece. But what I had to do here is you can see I've got one of those chin pieces. So I took my chin piece, I popped my chin piece in and let my microphone sit inside the chin piece. And it's ran through here, as you can see the cable. And then I took the microphone, you see it right there, and I just basically taped it to the inside of the chin piece and the helmet so that now, and I did a little test fit, so that I'm not rubbing the helmet. Anytime I come in and the helmet comes in and out, I'm not rubbing it. So that really sucked. I was not expecting that, having to fight that battle, but full transparency, sometimes things don't go. It's a brand new helmet. I've never really messed with it that much before, so let's try to finish this. We've got the microphone in here, the chin piece is in. I'm gonna take it up. I wanna make sure I leave enough cord to open the modular on the helmet. I'm gonna pop open the earpiece, and I'm gonna start feeding, leave enough cord so I can open the helmet, but I'm gonna start feeding cord in there. Now this part sucks because feeding all this cord in here is a complete and total pain in the ass, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. When we get done feeding the cord in, make sure we pop the tab back on the helmet. Make sure it pops, you heard it pop, snap down. So now I've got enough cord that I can open the helmet up and not snag my microphone. And I'm gonna have enough cord to go to my camera. Let's test fit our camera and make sure we have enough cord to go to the camera. All right, we have our camera mounted on the front of the helmet. We're gonna mount our microphone. Bloop. We've got room that our microphone's not sticking. We have enough cord over here. I try to keep the cords out of the way as much as I can. Now, here's something else that I do. And Just Another Biker was talking about this on his page about the battery life on these things completely sucks. Is I've got one of these little external battery packs. This is a small one. You can tell by the size of it if you look at the palm of my hand. And yeah, I've got big old bear paws, but this fits in my front vest pocket. I'll plug it into the cable, okay? I will take this, run this cord to the charging cable, and I'll put this in the pocket of my vest so that while I'm riding, I can keep charging. Because what happens is these batteries will die, right? These batteries suck, they die quickly. But when you have a charging cable on there, you can continue to charge your GoPro while you're going. Now we're gonna do a test trial on the helmet. All right, so now we're gonna see how the sound does. Got the camera where I want it. I believe, I'm gonna have to come up a little bit, that's all right. I was absolutely frustrated as to how to get the camera mounted where I want it, because looking back, it wasn't sitting close to the middle like I wanted. I didn't like the fact that my camera was so close to my helmet that I was crushing my cables. That was an issue. Wasn't comfortable with any of that. So I went ahead and added, you can see what a conglomerate cluster fuck this is. All these little bars, and I had screws. So I used screws, and I used the one attachment here and got it to fit. I look like a fucking spaceman trying to do this, but right now this works. Next video to do a test ride and tell you exactly what I think about the helmet. So this is what I came up with. You know, this was a basic look at my Motovlog setup, how I did it. I had to change things because this is a different helmet. I've never used a Nolan helmet, so I didn't know what was gonna happen. So the sound is good inside the helmet through the microphone. As you saw the clip earlier, I'm happy with the sound. I'm not happy with 75 extensions. I'm gonna have to do something different, but if I do, I'll come back and make a video on how I did that shit. Hey, what's up, y'all? So as you saw before, it took me like over a week to get this video done because of ice apocalypse here in Houston. My job is screwed up, had some issues with the house, but hey, we made it through fine. Thanks for those that sent me messages and were concerned, and thanks, appreciate that. Doing everything I can to keep the videos out on time. Literally, I had a week between videos. I'm actually behind filming, so I'm not saying I'm gonna miss a video, but there is the potential. So I hope the Motovlog setup showed you a few things and was easy for you. I hope it was easy to follow. It's just a basic, simple Motovlog setup that I like to use, and I hope it was helpful for you guys. If there's anything else that you want to see along those lines, let me know. The next video, I'm actually gonna get a test ride with the helmet because I've been trying to do that for over a week and just see how things go. So again, I appreciate you guys, and I want you to have a great day. Let's try not to be assholes to each other, and I'll see y'all next time.